Okay, we're live.
Okay. Can I see everybody that's on? I don't even know. Okay, great. Okay, thank you for joining the building committee special meeting, July 1st, 2026, 12 p.m. I guess we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, those that are able to. The flag, the Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation.
Nation and for God.
Liberty and justice for all.
Sure. Thank you. Sydney, can you post the agenda? I lost my copy getting onto Zoom.
Sure. Actually, I don't think I have the current one. I just looked in my.
Next up is public comment.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any members of the public? Oh, before that, we probably should go around and identify ourselves. Howard Weisberg, Building Committee.
Darren Overton, Building Committee.
Bob Moore, Board of Ed.
Christine Cowan, Board of Ed.
John Giammatteo, Building Committee.
Lucy Petrella, Board of Ed.
Sydney Leggett, Superintendent.
Kim Newbeck, Director of Finance.
Eric Proya, Facilities.
Okay, let's go O&G. Oh,
Jalen Crowley with O&G.
Dave Carvanzola, O&G.
Laura.
Person's on too.
all right, everybody else?
Marnie Liska, STV.
Carson Collier, QA&M.
Okay, do we get everybody? Fantastic. Okay, now we can move on to public comment. Thank you, Eric, for the agenda. Are there any members of the public online?
No, nobody's online.
Okay, great. Then I will make a motion for approval of agenda. Can I have a motion?
So moved, Lucy.
And a second.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table, approve the agenda. Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, agenda passes. And now we are on Memorial Renovation Expansion. Vote to award Regional School District 13, State Project 2130051, RNV EAIT BRSD 13, MPH 3003007R roofing. I will open it up to who wants to take this one? O&G or O&G?
You can take it. I don't know if
Go for it.
everybody saw the letter that I sent out, the letter with the bid tabs, as far as the bid results. You got sharing it. There we go. Okay, so if you want to just scroll to the second page, if you wouldn't mind, Sydney. So these are our rebid results. We received 4 emails. However, one of the emails with the bid attachment, which is not something I've experienced before, neither myself nor Kim could open up the actual bid attachments. That came from Silktown Roofing. So we just made a note about that they did submit an email, but their files that they attached were not readable. And you can see that we had Gold Seal Roofing, Commercial Roofing, and Imperial Company. I'm pretty sure these were the same 4 bidders that bid us the first time. They only had to bid the base bid. We had changed the alternate description to 5R which was just removing the front entrance canopy. So it's, that's what that pricing is reflecting, as well as alternates 6 and 7. So this was on Monday. Yesterday we did scope Gold Seal Roofing. So then you go to your first page. And that's where they've included everything that they needed to include for this particular bid. They understood the scope of work based on our scope review. And also they are in agreement with our trade contract. During the scope review, I just want to make sure that they had seen our contract agreement and they were good with the terms and conditions, and they replied to me later in the afternoon that they were. So Sydney, can you scroll up to page 1? So this gives us Gold Seal Roofing as our lowest responsible qualified bidder. Their base bid was $2,213,900. Then I also put on the pricing for the other alternates, just in case you wanted to accept any at this time. Otherwise, it's just giving them a contract for the base bid.
Laurel, I have a couple of questions. The first is about the bid that you were unable to open. The fact that it's the fact that you weren't able to open it means that they are excluded from the contract. There's no way that they can come back and claim anything.
Yeah, we discussed it during the bid opening, that she did mention that she was not, the person from Silktown was at the bid opening, and she did mention that her number would not have been low. And
Okay.
she was willing to email it to me afterwards, but that's not really fair because we had already started reading the bids. And that would just cause chaos if she sent it to us afterwards. So
The fact that they weren't low is nice to hear, because
Yeah,
that I think would have complicated it.
I was a little bit worried about that because there's nothing worse than losing a little bidder due to a flat tire. Back in the days, it used to be flat tires, but somebody with a technical issue. But that wasn't the case here.
Do we, with the low bidder, do we know what type of system they're using?
Yes, they had to mark it on their proposal. They are using the Garland system.
Eric, that's going to make you happy.
Sure is.
Great. And they are an authorized Garland installer then?
Yeah, Gold Seal's a great outfit. They did our some of the roofs at Memorial, especially on the media center. So they're very familiar with the site. No issues on my end.
Great.
For Laurel, all of the prices came in higher. Did all the bidders miss scope last time around?
Well, our bottom two did. Our bottom two contractors, our first and second bidders withdrew on the first bid around. I did not do a comparison of Imperial. I think he went up too, because I seem to remember his first bid was about $2.6 million. Now, one of the things that everybody misinterpreted the first time around is nobody included the canopy roofs in their base bid the way that they were supposed to. So that would explain some of the increase of everybody going up, because they were all told carry all these roofs in your base bid number now. That's one explanation, but other than that, I knew Gold Seal and Commercial did not have complete scopes of work with their first round of numbers.
Right.
So
How does Go ahead, John.
If I remember right, since the numbers have been all over the place for everything, you were anticipating approximately a 2.2, 2.3 as being a good bid that we would end up with, correct?
I was around 2.1. It was just less than 2.1. I think it was $2,087,000. That's what I included as an allowance in the GMP. So this $2,213,900 is just slightly over that. I think just about $127,000 over that.
Okay, so the follow-up question was if we were 2.2, 2.3, I was hoping we could include the screens as add-ins. But I don't know what that does to our
The screens
budget.
are very expensive. Now that we did receive the final pricing, each of those alternate 6 and 7, one's $238,000, the other one is $187,000. So they're very expensive.
No, wait, I thought I'm seeing add 60, add 74.
That is just this portion, and all that they're doing is the penetrations. That's just their portion of the work. If you could refer back to that contract award sheet that I included in the GMP, I did not give any totals because I was waiting on the roofing numbers, but you can see all the other numbers that we had received for those. And those two particular alternates, I did plug in the roofing new numbers and the values are at 238,000 and 187,000 respectively.
Okay, so then I respectfully say, never mind.
And also, if we wanted to look at solar in the future on the roofs, would the screens be conflicting with that?
It's possible.
I don't know, because these screens are meant to shield mechanical equipment, so they're kind of sort of near mechanical equipment, which is not where you would be putting solar roofs. So
Okay.
I would say not really.
Okay. But either way, it seems like screens are probably not in the cards. I guess the question we're gonna have to ask is the $45,000 deduct enough juice to make it worthwhile?
That is the deduct of 45,000 is an altogether different alternate. That's the front entrance canopies.
Right.
I heard
Right.
screens, that's alternate 6 and 7.
Yeah, alternate 6 and 7 we're not going to consider, but I guess the question is, do we consider alternate 5 for the screens, or do we have to make that decision now?
If you're not going to do the front entrance canopies, I think I gave you till July 9th to
Okay, great.
get off the
So
pot.
we have a week to decide that.
Yeah, and don't
I
forget.
don't know if we have another meeting, right?
45,000 is just one of the canopies. It's just to delete number 4. The rest
Yeah.
of the pricing, then when we went out and got alternate pricing for number 5, those were both canopies. So
Exactly. And I do think we can still keep a lot of the brickwork, because the brickwork does a nice job of providing a bench seating and breaking up. So I think it would really just be a $45,000 deduct, because I think the bench seating that is under the canopies is good. It's just a question of how much do we need this $45,000 to make budget.
So Laurel, Imperial was 2.6 previously and 3 million in this one.
well, again, the 2.6 is the base bid. You have to add alternate 5
Right.
to it. So I didn't do that.
Okay.
I don't know what he was charging the first time for alternate
112,
5.
so it's 2.7. But it's basically 2.8 million. So they went up 3 from 2.8.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they missed something too. I have no idea. I don't know why. I didn't call him and ask him why his number went up.
Commercial went up $500,000.
Yeah. And so did Gold Seal. He went up a big chunk too.
Yeah.
And nothing changed when we were doing the rebid, because the changes to the roofing that we made, all that performance spec, that all happened in the original bid. So we really didn't make any changes when we redid it. We didn't make any material changes, other than I told them, make sure you include the front entrance canopy roofs in your base bid. That was about the only thing that materially changed.
All right. Yeah, 45,000 in my opinion probably isn't enough to move the needle, but I'll leave that up to the group to discuss.
So
So
to
based
give
on
you
where we're-
some context, the project budget with the Gold Seal roofing number plugged in is currently at a shortfall of 181,972.
That was my next question. So what else do we need to consider to be on budget?
Getting $185,000 and change back from the town in permit fees.
Yep. Well, it seems like that is definitely coming to a head. Is there any updates on where we stand on that?
Yeah, just unfortunately, we had to file in court today for the emergency injunction. We did try every other avenue that was available to us, just to let you know that we tried every other option, and didn't get anywhere. So we filed just a couple hours ago.
Thank you. I guess in Zoom, there's no like reactions, like how you could do in Teams, or else I would have given you a reaction. So thank you for following through on that stuff. I know that's not easy.
So What can you explain the injunction and the purpose and how that works?
Sure. We wanted to have as much information, obviously, by this July 9th deadline. We feel that we have an obligation to the project to see if we can resolve that before that date. So what happens is we're filing an emergency injunction in court, basically stating that, one, we shouldn't have been charged because we are a municipality. Two, we, of course, will pay all state fees and all actual costs. And three, that we should, this is a refund. This is not a special appropriation by the town of Middlefield. Because basically, Middlefield has been saying that, well, they've been saying a few things, but they're saying that this is a special appropriation. This is spending that has to happen from the town. So they need to do a full Board of Selectmen. Then it goes to the Board of Finance, and then they have to town meeting, and then they have to have people come out and vote of whether we get the money back or not. And we're arguing that it is not an appropriation, it's a refund. The money wasn't appropriately collected in the first place. So it's returning money or refunding money. The example is if you overpay on your taxes or if you overpay for your car or something, they don't hold a full town meeting to vote to give you that money back.
Yeah, in my mind, it's a fee waiver. So you're waiving the collection of revenue that in reality you don't need anyway, because the fee structure does not fit this situation. Yeah. So in the discussion with the attorneys happened, and the first selectman in Middlefield could not come to the conclusion that he had the ability as the chief elected official to waive this fee to the appropriate number.
Yes, we had that meeting with the attorneys. And after that, we did receive a letter from the first selectman, and the letter just had a few additional concerns in it. One was that he felt that based on his fee structure and what we were charging, he was already giving the school district a 40% discount.
Was that due to the comparison based on fee structures of other towns?
Yes.
Which in my mind has no direct correlation to the situation.
None whatsoever.
We're not building in another town.
Right. And the other towns don't charge anyway, right? So
and
we haven't found another town that charges a municipality.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that was in the letter is that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Darren.
I said if you come to the conclusion that the fee structure doesn't apply, then there's no point in comparing what other towns charge. It makes no sense.
Exactly. The other thing that was concerning in the letter is that, you know, he said he has agreed to a certain extent that there was an overcharge. So he started putting in what he believed the actual costs were, and he put in all the town employees that have some kind of responsibility to the building project, and he added up their full-time salaries for the year. All of them.
Interesting. That's a good way to do it.
I mean, we should just throw all of us on there too, you know?
Yeah. So it's been concerning. It has, like, I want you all to know, believe me, I didn't want to go this route. We have tried every other available avenue. We even sent them what we were going to file last Friday so that they could see what we were going to file in court and have their attorney go over it with them at a special meeting last night. And the answer that we got after their meeting last night was that they wanted to just kind of sit down and have another meeting with the attorneys, and then they were going to meet as a board of selectmen, and they were still planning on going through with the town meeting as a special appropriation. So we didn't really get anywhere.
Interesting.
You know, by any chance, was any mention during conversations that was that in the Middlefield budget process, were they planning on the $600,000 as income towards this annual budget?
Him and I looked for it to see where they were tagging it as revenue this year or next year. We couldn't find it.
All right. So the argument also is then it was never planned on as income, so they don't need to change the budget to, you know, quote unquote, refund it through a meeting. But, you know, we already know the arguments are what they are. So that doesn't really, that just helps, but doesn't do anything extra.
Sidney also filed a Freedom of Information to figure out where the money is. He hasn't answered that either.
He says that he has not done any accounting or itemization for the, what the town officials have done. So he has no way of figuring that out. So we may need a third party to come in and figure that out when we get down to what the actual costs are. That's a possibility. The other concern that we had as we, continue down this road is that we have a suspicion that these fees, if they're kept by Middlefield, would really be pure revenue for the town, and therefore they probably wouldn't be reimbursed at the state 68 reimbursement rate. And if that's the case, then Durham would actually be paying 66% of $630,000 directly to Middlefield. And that's going to cause a problem too. Well, we originally thought it was 132,000, which would be after the reimbursement. But if they're not reimbursed, the number is going to be much higher.
Okay, what's the timeline on the injunction?
Well, we put that we needed an answer by July 9th, so hopefully we'll be able to go to court by then.
Okay. Well, thank you for your efforts.
And if we do lose the injunction, it doesn't mean it's a no forever. It just means that the judge didn't think it was an emergency, and then we would have to litigate.
Mm-hmm. And the reason for the emergency is this is when decisions have to be made on the construction project.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I mean, I know Kim had a meeting yesterday, and there are some answers that really we need to get some answers on some of the things that are in or out of the project pretty quickly. And we're also going to lose some of the guaranteed pricing.
Okay.
Sydney, have there been any estimates on what the attorney's fees will cost for this whole process so that I can project for them in the budget?
No, not yet, but we did request in the injunction that Middlefield has to pay our attorney's fees for this.
All right. Just as a heads up, we have expended our total budget line item for legal fees at this point. So we're just dipping into CM contingency for any overrun.
Yep.
Can I correct that to owner's contingency?
Owner contingency.
Correct. What did I say?
CM. She's always accurate.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, force. What a force
You can
of
see
habit,
where my
Marty.
loyalties
Boy.
lie, huh?
Yeah.
Nice try, Marnie. We appreciate the effort.
Yes, she's always trying. Gotta
I
give her
try. I try.
You're gonna have to give John his $10 back now.
Oh, so to get us back on track.
Yeah, and I'll share, I probably should have shared this ahead of time, but I'll share his letter back to us after the lawyers meeting with you so you can see it.
Okay. So back on track, discussion on the roofing. We don't need to make a decision on the alternates right now. We have a low bidder that would have been the low bidder regardless of the erroneous submission. And the roofer is doing everything essentially in a way that best pleases the building committee. So do we want to make a motion to approve to approve the what are we calling it?
I'll make the motion. I'll state it and then someone can say so moved if that's okay.
Go ahead.
Motion to
Yep.
approve the award of the Regional School District 13 School State Project number 213-0051 RNVEA ITB RSD 13 MPH 3-003.7 roofing to Gold Seal Roofing LLC Armani with the base bid of $2,213,900.
So moved by John G. Mateo.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the table to award Regional School District School State Project 2113051 RNVEA ITB RSD 13 MPH 0307R roofing to Gold Star Roofing in the amount stated by Kim. Any discussion?
Or just Gold Seal.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gold Seal. I'm sorry, Gold Seal Roofing. Thank you. Any discussion?
Yes. I'd like to amend the motion to include, based on a recommendation by O&G Industries in their letter dated July 1st, 2026.
Okay. Do we need to second that?
Yes.
Okay. Can I have a second for the amended motion?
Second by John.
Okay, we have an amended motion to include, as noted by ONG Industries in their letter dated, was it July 1st, 2026? Great. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Do,
Good job, guys.
I don't think we have a meeting before the 9th. Do you need to decide on that deduct of the canopy now?
So
I think that's a question for Kim or Laurel, I guess.
yeah. Are the left side canopies, the canopies that we were, by the masonry, are those included? Is the deduct just for the right side?
The deduct is for both canopies with the exception of the roofing number.
Mm-hmm. So
I
it's
thought the deduct was only for the right side canopy, correct?
For the roofing number, but all the rest of the bids that we had received previously was to delete both canopies. 3 and 4.
So we would just be voting on eliminating the roofing for canopy 4.
which is the right side, which is the side by the.
Yeah, if you want to put it in as part of their contract now, we would award it now, and you'd be saving that 45,000 right now. And then we have to negotiate with all the other trades what else is coming out. If the whole canopy's coming out of 3, we need to negotiate the value for everybody else because their bid numbers included both canopies.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we don't have enough information to make a decision today, because even if we make a decision on the roofing, we don't know what the other numbers are, and we're not making up the 180,000 deficit we have. Do we need a special meeting on the 8th to make a decision on this once we have more information?
Well, you're not gonna, I don't know how quickly we could get pricing from the other contractors, because I don't know how much of the canopy's coming out. I heard to leave the masonry, just take off the roof. So I don't know if we have clear direction from QA&M with what to price.
Yeah, so Laurel, what I'm going to suggest at this point is, with the rebid, we don't need to make a decision on the roofing alternate just yet to get them moving forward. All the other trade contracts, it needs to be a negotiated value, which we have at least the alternate pricing as a basis to work off of at that point. But I think we're going to need to work with Jay and the contractors at that point to identify a firm number to just remove one of those canopies, which the committee has kind of requested for us to entertain. And then Darren would be able to give you a full number and evaluation of what savings are available.
Carson, can we get a proposal request of what exactly you want eliminated in that canopy? Is it everything or?
Yeah, that's fine. Jay, just for your reference, if you want to start moving ahead, it's going to be language very similar to what was included within the roofing alternate. So we're removing anything related to canopy number 4. So any steel, masonry, benches, and everything like that, we'd be removing that completely.
Okay.
So can we get past the 9th so we have we understand the results of this injunction?
Yes, I think we don't need the decision on the 9th because I think we have more information we need before we could even present it to you.
Great.
So when's the next meeting?
Next meeting is the 15th.
Okay, we'll try to have everything so we can present it for the 15th.
Awesome.
Much appreciated.
Yeah.
Great. So the number will be more than 45,000. We just don't know how much more.
Correct.
Okay, great.
But one way or another, we got to make up 180, correct?
That's what your shortfall is now. and we're all done bidding. Good.
All right. All right, any other discussion on the expansion? All right, any public comment?
Nothing
Okay.
online.
All right, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Any second? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you,
Aye.
guys.
Thanks,
All right,
everyone.
thank
And
you.
happy 4th of July.
Happy
Thank you.
Fourth.
Happy 4th.
Bye.
Great work, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Laurel.